Hello and welcome back to Wolf and Friends Gaming. Last time on Sakura Fantasy, I went through a normal life of the character who, for some reason, I can't remember her name or the voices I put for them. I know for the blonde, I think it's a rash one, I guess. But let's continue. So, where am I supposed to be? Didn't I go to sleep at the barracks? Then what am I doing here? As I take a step, something squelches beneath my feet. Probably the swamp water. Yeah, the ground is nothing but thick black mud. Thick shadowy reeds grow from stagnant pools of water, further obscuring my view. I'm in a bog somewhere, obviously. That is the only thing I can think of. I remembered such places from when I was younger. My mother always told me to stay away from them. If only I could have followed her advice now. This place fills me with a terrible sense of dread. I don't even know why. The fetid smell of rot and decay in this place is suffocating. I try to cover my mouth, but I can't keep the smell out. I need to calm down. Wherever I am, there must be an explanation for it. Where could this be, though? This doesn't look like anywhere in the capital. It's too far dead to be It's too far dead here to be the capital. Well, you're in a swamp somewhere else, obviously. So it's probably a dream. If this is a swamp, then it could be full of life of some sort. But nothing moves. I can hear nothing. There's only silence. Okay, so everything's dead. The fog is too thick for me to get an idea of my surroundings, too. In between that and the extremely dense foliage, so I guess I'm well and truly lost. If I could only see the sun, perhaps I could navigate my way from there. This is the mist here. I'm helpless. I wandered through the bog for some time, but I keep seeing my footprints in the mud. And obviously I'm going around in circles. Soon I'm barely able to move my legs. I have to keep my bearings. Oh my god, so much. If I panic or get scared, then I'm well and truly done for. But no matter what direction I walk in, I keep ending up in the same place. Is this even real? Am I trapped in some kind of nightmare? Why can't I get away from here? Wait, what is that? I actually hear something moving in the mists. The sound of shambling feet squishing through the mud becomes a splash as I see a shadow slip into the murky water out of the corner of my eye. Probably a gator then. The shadow slides its way toward me, barely visible in the bog water. Yeah, it could be a gator or crocodile, and my hand is burning because I'm trying to cover my fan. Something which I can only describe as a mix between a screech and a roar echoes through the fog. What on earth is making that noise? Don't know. If I run, I'm in the swamp, so I'll get caught, so I'll stand and fight. I can't simply run. I'm a soldier. I have to stand and fight. As I try to turn my body, I find that I can't move. Yeah, if I ran, I probably found the same thing. Dang it, give me a chance to fight. Oh my gosh. Just as I finally pull my legs free, my vision blacks out before I can turn to face my foe. I wake up to see multiple faces looking at me, all of them worried. Gwen is here too. What is happening exactly? Raelin, are you okay? You were farcing again. Several other novices are gathered around my bed too. Judging by how messy my bed is, I must have been thrashing about in my sleep. It was just a dream. I'm sure it was. Looks out to my character, Raelin. Gwen looks very pale too. Doesn't she always? Must have been a really bad fit. What did you see? I don't remember. I'll get Kira to spare you from training. I just won't train very hard. Gwen's obviously worried. I better reassure her. It's fine, Gwen. I'll take it easy today. You can tell Kira about it. She looks relieved as I say that. Good. You don't need to push yourself so hard, Raelin. I still think it would be better if you took the day off, though. I can't fall behind, Gwen. I'll keep training, even if it's a little bit. Very well. I need to get going. Look after yourself today, Raelin. I could have been stubborn and just straight out said I was going to train. That wouldn't have put her at ease. Suppose I better get my armor on. Cameras aren't going to stop me from training. Just as I'm about to exit the barracks, Gwen returns. Kira insists that you don't train today. You'll have to find something else to do. Guess I'll farsi every day. Really? Kira of all people said I shouldn't train? I can loan you a book if you'd rather do that. Yeah. I'll read, Gwen. Clearly. Fine. She quickly puts the tome in my hand. You'll find it quite an interesting read. I've really got to go now. Gwen's left me all alone. Oh well, guess I have no choice but to take the day off. Oh gosh, well, time to do that. Leslie, I flop back into my bed. Toss aside the armor which I had so hastily thrown on. And the text is trying to cover, but darn, I'm gonna have to cover the entire thing, including the text. So sorry if you guys won't be able to read it. I don't think I'll be needing it today. It's always so uncomfortable to wear. Less clothing is always more comfortable than more. I barely even read the book. I'm more happy to lie here and let the sun soak into my bare skin. As I look out the window, I lie the book on top of my chest. Sunbathing with no clothes is really nice. It's nice that I don't have to train either. I sit up in my bed looking directly out the window. My entire body is directly exposed to the sun's rays. The book falls off my chest, leaving it exposed. Sunlight feels so great on my body. Sorry if you guys hear the fan. I was trying to cover it with my hand, but it just started to burn. I quickly sit back down before anyone notices me. Just outside the barracks, I hear all of them training. Not to mention Kira scolding them. Oh, what of them are gonna do the boulder? I pick the book back up, barely interested in reading it. Some ancient tale of valor, love, and loss. It's probably gonna be the entire plot behind this, but oh well. I choose to go back lying beneath the sunlight. Stretching my whole body out, I allow the warmth to shine on all of my body. Slowly I open again to have another look. I open to the exact section I was reading before. This isn't as bad as I thought it would be. Just boring. The dream did leave me feeling exhausted. I don't understand why though. Raelin, are you alright? I hear Kira calling out as she's walking into the room. I heard from Gwen that you had she stares at me, she realizes I don't have my armor on. It's funny, because she does the same thing that I did to her in the previous episode where I just barged in on her. Her cheeks look similar to bright hot coals. I quickly open the book and clasp it around my chest to protect my modesty. It really doesn't work well though. If anything, it makes this seem less wholesome than before. Face turns bright red as I look down at myself. I'm just reading, Kira. It's a good book. I see. She goes quiet for a little bit, taking her time to process the situation. Well, it's good to know that you are getting some rest. She awkwardly shifts on the spot, not really sure what else she should say. I think I'll leave you to it then. Oh my gosh, it's the 5th time. You're obviously busy after all. Okay, we can talk later. I might just put a yawn counter in this video. No, I think we'll be fine. You're okay, that's the important thing. She quickly leaves the room. All I can do is go back to reading my book. More dots, just like in Voices from the Sea. Yep, lots of dots. Another day passes by without me even noticing it. As I lay on my bed and allow these thoughts to swirl in my mind, a familiar-looking face pops up above me. It's Gwen. Oh, it's Kira. I always catch you daydreaming, Raelin. Even during your time off, all you do is daydream. So I'm gonna be like Urza Scarlet. Were you worried that I'm farcing again? No, why should I be worried about something like that? Anyway, daydreamer, I have some good news for you. The council requires additional guards to patrol the halls of the castle. You'll still be garrisoned here, however. I hope you will not. Oh gosh. I hope you will not neglect your duties and do any of that farcing that you always do. Why do you always get so upset? Why do you always get upset about that? So what if I use my gift whenever I feel like it? I don't have to explain anything to a lowly Oh, right, you're a guardsman now. Either way, I don't have to explain anything to you. There's a bit of red in her cheeks. What does she think I'm doing with my gift exactly? And of course, the winged cloud, just like we've done in Sakura Spirit and Sakura Fantasy, create this love relationship between two characters, which then you have to decide which one at some point. You have to respect the privacy of others. Maybe pushing the border might have explained that better to you than I could. Again, she's threatening me with the border. With how often she's done that, yet never actually gone through with it, I wonder what's stopping her. Is she worried that I've seen something really embarrassing about her and might reveal it to the rest of the barracks? She thinks so little of me as a person. It's not very nice. By the way, don't you think becoming a guardian means you're getting out of training either? Oh, it's not a question, it was a threat. I'm going to work you to the bone, Raelin. You might get lazy guarding those boring halls in the castle, so you're going to need extra discipline. I guess I can do it. You best hope you can. If you want to stay here forever, you'll need to be more determined than that. Check the time. I don't know how long I've been recording. Oh, 11 minutes. You'll be heading out first thing tomorrow. I hope you have shin guards on the right legs this time. Having finished telling me what I need to hear, she disappears out of the room. I swapped my shin guards around just once, and she's never going to let that go. More dots, my gosh, voices from the sea, you have been beaten. My first day on duty in the castle. I'm pretty excited, to say the least. To think it's my first time I've ever been on duty, and I'm going to be guarding the council chambers. I'm no longer just a novice, but an actual warrior. Hopefully the council doesn't get attacked by somebody. Dog, like my other videos, get the best of me. Even though it's just guard duty, it's a step up in the world. Maybe I might find a monster or two hiding in this place. Yeah, clearly. Maybe a person named Jackal will blow the entire place to smithereens and you'll be the last one alive. I'm this much closer to actually being on the exterior of the capital. I'll be fighting actual monsters before I know it. I've often wondered what happens in these chambers. These are the people who lead an entire empire. It's quite a responsibility to hold. Would Ardina also be in there? Wandering in, I find a whole complement of guards at the entrance. Warily, one of them turns to face me. I haven't seen you before. You must be one of those new poor souls who has to guard this chamber. Yes, I'm here on guard duty. Then I hope you can cope with boredom. I bet they have you patrolling the halls too. How did you know? Same thing happened to me. My instructor said I was getting a promotion. That's the last thing you should be calling this position. So I took an arrow to the knee and now I'm telling you what's happened. That's what my instructor told me too. Fell for the same trick I did. Well, welcome to guard duty at the council chamber. May all your dreams come true. There's one of them for each ministry in the city. All of them are quite boring, believe me. I'm coming now. I hope you're ready. He motions for me to stand to attention. Hang on. It's first day of work, so I'll rush to get myself ready. I rush to get myself into the right position. Due to panicking, it takes a bit more time for me to stand to attention. Yeah, because you have your hand on your hip right there. Relax, it's better to take your time. Now, being fast is also an important part of discipline. Discipline makes you stronger. As I stand ready, a group of men wearing hooded cloaks shuffle past me. Slowly, ever so slowly, they make their way to their seats. When the last member takes a seat, one of the councilmen to the far left clears his throat. So begins the weekly meeting of the capital's councilmen. We will begin with a list of today's topics of discussion. Any member of the council, as always, may put forward requests for what is to be discussed first. Personally, I would like to discuss the matter of defense, specifically regarding the more vulnerable locations on the capital's outskirts. There have been additional attacks from the miners targeting farms outside of the wall. These creatures are obviously displaying higher levels of intellect. We should approach them accordingly. Bring up that every time we debate. They're just mindless animals. The debates really are boring. It's almost shocking to hear how boring they are. so boring. Given how numerous they are, of course attacks on vulnerable locations will be higher. The increased numbers alone do not account for the coordination of these attacks, my fellow councilmen. These are deliberate and targeted. We need substantial proof before we can act on that information. So right now I'm using two of my normal voices because it just looks like it's between this guy and some other guy. How can we find proof when we are too busy defending ourselves against them? I've yet to meet a warrior brave enough to explore the mires. The mires sound like it's going to be the swamp. This is maddening. Why did Kira do this to me? Such boring. Then obviously our best course of action is to simply build our walls higher and stronger, as we have been doing for the past decade. We may have lost territory, but if we build an unremarkable fortress, or unbreakable fortress, and slowly expand outward, we'll eventually reclaim it. Yeah, because that worked so well for Attack on Titan. Now if these attacks continue on the farms and traders, coordinated or not, can we please organize for troops to protect them? For some reason I feel like organize is spelled wrong. This is my first time on guard duty, and I'm already sick of it. For being the effective rulers, they can't agree on anything. Yep, that's politics for you, Raelin. It's no wonder they asked the guards not to speak about the discussions outside of these chambers. The rest of the Empire would believe them to be fools. Why isn't the Empress here? Isn't she supposed to be here too? The councilmen don't look too concerned about asking her for her thoughts on the matter. I cannot believe that I wasted so much of my time trying to see into these chambers. All I would have done is found the foolishness of men who have never seen actual combat. Oh well, I guess what does a lowly guardsman know of the politics of the capital? I'll let my mind wander. This is so boring. It's not humane, but at least it isn't boring. It's easier to let my mind wander off. I wonder where I could force you to right now. There's also the matter of increasing the guard around the castle. We've had increased attacks from monsters wandering through the sewer systems beneath the city, like Metro. We've already posted additional guards around the castle, nothing to worry about. But aren't they novices fresh out of the training? Don't we have anyone more experienced to post here? We simply don't have enough soldiers with current recruitment methods. We'll have to start getting our novices out of training much earlier. What recruitment methods are you guys doing? Hey, sign up for the military today. You military, I'm calling you out. I want you for the military. We're suffering heavy losses on every front. The only times we seem to actually succeed is when we rely on defensive tactics, which lends further credence that my idea of slowly expanding outward would the best method of reclaiming territory. I feel like I'm missing the word "be," but oh well. You make a fair point. We have to take less risky tactics if we're to preserve ourselves and our children. We want there to be a civilization left for them by the time we leave this world behind. I'm glad you agree. Just bear with us for a bit longer. We're almost out of here. Sure enough, the councilmen rise from their seats. Does that conclude our business here, gentlemen? All voices call out an agreement. So you only agreed on one thing. Very well, as always, we will meet again next week. Manage your own ministry's matters until then. As I shuffle out, I can hear a sigh of relief escape from my fellow guardsmen. I'm off duty now. No more wasting time listening to them. I'm out of here. He's good to his word, leaving without a care in the world. I wish I were so lucky. I still have to patrol the hallways. My very soul feels like it was being sucked out by their droning. Dots. More dots. Lots more dots. Halls seem to stretch on forever as I drudge up and down them. Once I walk down these halls for eternity. Feels like eternity to say the least. The first days as a guardsman hasn't been that great. All it has to offer is standing still for long periods of time and listening to the councilmen argue among themselves. I'm not too happy about Kira doing this thing to me either. I was kind of expecting to see the Empress. Why wouldn't she be there if the council controls the Empire? Because she's a figurehead. Is she taking interest in what is happening to her empire at all? Oh well, I guess it has nothing to do with me. Either the Empress is not in control at all, and it's like another anime I've seen where the Prime Minister is in control, or the Empress is being either controlled or is kidnapped. I have to do my duty as a guard, patrolling, standing to attention. Gotta think of it. It's about time for me to leave. The changing of the guard will happen soon. As I'm about to leave, I hear something moving behind me. A ghostly looking woman appears before me. She wears clothing suggesting that she's nobility of some sort. That's about the end of the episode at 20 minutes. I'll go through this. Your appearance is so striking that it leaves me dumbfounded for a moment. Excuse me, guardsman. Could you please help me with something? Your voice is so soft and practically emotionless. Is this the Empress? It takes me a moment to get over my shock and respond. Yes? My path has become lost in these halls. Could you help me find him? A pet. What kind of pet is it? You'll know it when you see it. That doesn't really help me, you know. Do I even want to waste my time finding it? Sure, I'll help her find it. Wandering around the halls, I look for any signs of her pet. She didn't really describe its appearance, though. Simply telling someone that they know if they saw it isn't good enough. I suddenly stop when I hear meowing. Oh, hey, it's a cat. There's a small, furry black cat hiding behind one of the curtains. There you are. I've been looking for you. Oh my gosh, I have to cover this now. And I shall name you Diana. Approaching the creature, she picks it up and takes it to a nearby chair. And I mean Diana as the cat's name, because of anime I've been watching. The tiny cat bounds up onto her chest, letting out a happy meow. Nuzzling her face, it gets comfortable and looks like it's going to fall asleep. I'm not sure if the noble woman is relieved or not. Her face is completely emotionless. Thank you for your assistance, guardsman. You look strangely familiar to me. Where have I seen your face before? I don't think we've met before, my lady. Is that so? Strange. I swear that we have. I'm afraid you're mistaken. Very well. It's apparent that the council is concerned for their safety. It pains me that the world has become such a terrible place that everyone has to be on guard. We once knew such light and joy. Now here we are, too scared to leave these walls for the impending doom on the other side. I'm happy to serve the Empire in whatever way the Council needs me to. If I must be a guard, then so be it. Duty is not all there is to serving, my guardsman. You must be prepared to think for yourself when the time calls for it. Of course, not going to be between me choosing to listen to the orders I'm given and follow like a robot, or actually think for myself. Idly, she looks away from me, towards one of the many windows carved out of stone walls. What do you think of the stars? The stars? I don't know what to think about the stars. I see. I look towards the stars every day, wondering if they could ever fall from the heavens. Falling from the heavens? Is that even possible? It is possible. I have not seen it myself. One day, one of the stars will fall. One day. Her eyes, despite how vacant they are, seem sorrowful. I hear a certain longing in her voice, a tiny shred of emotion. Before then, I do not believe that words are adequate to instill in you true understanding. You look like you're about to leave. And I have one more favor to ask of you, though. Anything I can do to serve. Watch the stars tonight. I don't understand why I would do that. Stars can fall from the heavens, my dear guardsman. Why not just look at the stars tonight? Perhaps a star will fall. Very well, you have my word that I will watch the stars. Thank you. I am sure that you have other places you need to be now. She leaves just as quietly as she came, taking her tiny cat with her. Bye, Diana. I just stand there for a moment, trying to make sense of what she was talking about. Who was she anyway? Her very presence was overwhelming to be in. You can end the photo. Oh well, I'll work it out later. I'm going to get out of here. She's already left. Why did it not show Raelin? More dots. Lots more dots. I haven't been able to sleep at all tonight, once again. The noble woman's words keep coming back to me. She spoke of the stars being able to fall from the heavens. How could it even be possible? Nothing has ever fallen from the heavens before. Sneaking past my fellow sleeping novices, I look outside the tiny window in our barracks. Stars are always so clear in the sky. How could one of those distant lights plummet from the heavens? I wonder what a star is actually meant to be. They're so far away, though. Oh, I'll never be able to see one up close. It doesn't really matter what they are. This entire world is such a mystery. There's just so much before us that we can't understand. I'm just a soldier. I don't have the answers to these things. But does it really matter what they are in the end? What difference would that knowledge make? All these glittering lights in the sky. Perhaps the Empress knows what they are. This is all too much for me to handle tonight. It's like there's a hive of insects buzzing inside my head, telling me that I need to know with 1,000 tiny voices. My farsing has always come with those overwhelming curiosity. I'm always looking where I'm not supposed to, but now my gift cannot reveal any secrets for me. Maybe that's why I'm so frustrated by what the noble woman said to me. She's the only one who knows, and I can't find a way to figure out myself. Perhaps I'll never know what the stars truly are, or if they mean anything. That does not mean I cannot enjoy the way that they sparkle in the sky. Sorry. Raelin, are you still awake? You still awake? Gwyn groggily emerges from the bed. She rubs her eyes before she looks at me again. You wouldn't stop spying on anyone, would you? It just seems kind of suspicious of you to be awake at this hour. Yet another accusation. I can't get a moment's peace, no matter what time of day it is. Even Gwyn is suspicious of me. It's not fair. I'm not Gwyn. I just couldn't sleep. I had a lot to think about. What are you thinking about then? It's not really something I can talk about. Then you were spying on someone. I should have known. You always deny it. I was not. You know full well what I look like when I'm far-seeing. You didn't see me doing that, did you? But I haven't been awake this whole time. You could have been doing it before then. Why are you the one scolding me? Shouldn't it be Kira? Please lower your voice. You wouldn't want to get caught, would you? No, I don't. Besides, I wouldn't mind if it were me you were watching. What was that, Gwyn? I didn't say anything. Why are we even having this conversation? We're saying nothing worthwhile to each other. All Gwyn is doing is throwing around accusations. So, come on, Raelin. What's on your mind? There was this woman at the castle. She talked to me about things I didn't really understand. What did she talk to you about? And why did she talk to you in the first place? I was patrolling the halls of her palace when she lost her pet. I hoped to find it, then she started speaking. I don't know why. She was confiding in me about what she thought about the council and other things. What did she look like? Silver like hair, vacant gray eyes, pale as a wraith glimmering in moonlight, pretty much a ghost. Gwyn grew silent after hearing that. I see. What did she talk to you about, Raelin? She asked me if I thought the stars could fall from the sky. I still don't understand why she asked that, though. I don't know either. Gwyn looks troubled by the news. She's usually quite knowledgeable about topics like these. It's no wonder that you're unable to sleep. And I'm unable to stop yawning. Now I'm not going to be able to sleep either. I love a good mystery. I don't. She was speaking in riddles. Why can't she just be straightforward and outright say what she means? She would have her reasons, I would guess. I wish I had the answers, Raelin, because I'm a nerd. It's alright. I'm sure we'll work this out eventually. Eventually. It's going to bother us until we work it out, though. Are you ready for a lot of sleepless nights? Maybe, but maybe not, but I guess I'll just have to cope with it. Anyway, I think we've talked enough. We should return to our bed soon. Imagine if Kira found us talking at this hour. I think I'd like to continue watching the sky. Then I'm heading back to bed. Make sure you aren't caught. When she returns to her bed, I can hear her whisper something. I don't really know what though. Raelin, if you spoke to who I think you spoke to, the chances are you're going to be her new champion. Nearly every legendary hero links back to her in some way. But I don't know for certain if that's really her. It's gonna be the Empress, isn't it? We will have to wait and see. I try to draw closer to her in order to listen in. It's no use, she's already stopped talking. I wonder what it was she was saying. I suppose it doesn't really matter to me. I think I'll continue to watch the sky. Will the star really fall? Probably not, I can't say for certain. Oh, it's the title card thing. Not the title card of the game, but the thing that Winged Cloud showed. Wait, what is that? As I look on at the sky, I see a glowing shape. A streak of light is going across the sky, a trail of luminous ribbons following it. It's enormous too, almost as if it is swallowing the entire night. One of the old legends I had read as a child described a serpent which ate the night sky. I can't help but think of that as the glowing streak comes down towards the earth. As I look on in wonder, the streak begins to grow larger and larger. Something is falling from the sky itself. That couldn't be possible. It can't happen. It's never happened before, and there goes my phone. Ugh, but my eyes do not lie. Something is falling. And with that, I'll have to end it because I know the phone will ring again. So, I will see all of you guys later, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Oh, so let me save this. Yes. And bye-bye.